Okay, hi guys. um, Told you I was going to be making some helpful, you know, videos with little tips and what have you. This one is about, good old pillow, I love this, about the care of your teeth. And this is um, not your usual stuff. Um, I had been having a lot of problems, dental problems, over the years. And I was a faithful brusher, flosser, doing everything you're supposed to do, but I still kept having problems. Sometimes my gums would be inflamed, just irritations in my mouth in general. It's just the way it's been. Well, after my last dental episode, I decided to do some research into dental care. And any of you who have had, real dental problems, you know how not only uncomfortable and painful it can be, but expensive. Um, and I got to thinking, there's something strange here that, they got fluoride, which I don't like fluoride. It is a toxic poison. I don't like fluoride. I don't have any part of fluoride. I used to until I found out otherwise about it. And I thought it's strange. Everybody's using all these mouthwashes and rinses and fluoride toothpaste and fluoride in the water and blah, blah, blah. Yet everybody still has so many dental problems. And I thought, I'm going to check into this. Because guys, me personally, I do not trust the medical or dental community because they're out to make money. I mean, if all the doctors and dentists out there were telling you things that would prevent all the problems, they wouldn't be rich to live the lifestyles they like and that they want. So I started doing some research, and what I found was amazing. And I put it to the test, and I've got to tell you, I am blown away. I started researching different methods of caring for your teeth, and I had even gone to using natural toothpastes from, Whole Foods a long time ago. I still had issues. Well, come to find out that a lot of the things they put in even the so-called natural toothpastes are irritating. They can irritate your gums. They can cause problems all the way around. And they leave a coating on your teeth that prevents them from what would the word be, behaving the way they should. It coats them, and in the long run, it helps your teeth deteriorate. Because I thought I'm doing everything I am supposed to, but I was still getting cavities and problems. I didn't understand it, and I'm not a person who's eating sugar and sweets and all that all the time either, so I knew that wasn't it. Um, so I did the research, and one thing I found interesting right off the bat was that Julia Roberts, in an interview, I think it was for People or it was something, she said that she always uses baking soda and that her grandfather used nothing but baking soda and he only had one cavity in his life. So I started doing more research after reading that to find out about using soap. Yeah, you heard me, soap. But not just any soap. Although some people said that they actually did just use whatever bar soap they happened to have. But I found out that by brushing your teeth with, like this here, this is Castile soap. It is 100% olive oil Castile soap, okay? That's 100% olive oil Castile. So I decided to give this a try. I thought, okay, something's not working. I've done everything I can, and I still was having problems. Um, sometimes, and as you get older, you know how your gums can start kind of receding and they get a little inflamed and what have you. So I started using the baking soda and the Castile. And I also, the other thing I will, before I get into it, is for a mouthwash. Remember guys, when you use all these mouthwashes, Listerine, Scope, all those things out there, they don't just kill the bad bacteria like they advertise on TV, kills 99% bacteria. They also kill the good bacteria. And if you've noticed, which I did, that's another thing that was bothering me. I thought, well, if I use a mouthwash, my breath still, you know how it is if you go through the day and your breath gets kind of funky, or when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, dragon breath. I thought, what is going on here? Well, then as I did research, I realized, well, yeah, it kills the alcohol isn't choosy. It doesn't say, oh, you're a good bacteria and you're a bad bacteria. It just kills everything. So the other thing I discovered, which is amazing and I am so happy with, is a mouthwash of sea salt and a little baking soda. I put like a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, and a full cup or glass of water, and that's my mouthwash. And amazingly, guys, I've got, as I continue to tell you this, I am just blown away by all this. I started about 3 months ago. I started brushing with baking soda in the evening. Okay, I floss and I brush with baking soda, and I also use a water pick. And in the water pick, the solution I make is warm water with a little bit of salt, sea salt, and a little bit of baking soda, and then I run the water pick over all my gums. But what I do is first I brush my teeth with the baking soda, and don't just get your wet brush and stick it on the baking soda and brush, because that's harsh. It can really irritate you. What I do is I get the baking soda in my hand. Okay, I get a little bit. This is what I keep my baking soda in. I put a little bit in my hand, and then I get the toothbrush, wet it, put it on there like that. I always wash my hands beforehand, of course. And so that wets it and kind of softens it up. And then I brush my teeth with the baking soda, which leaves your teeth feeling amazingly clean. And then I do the water pick thing, where I put the little bit of salt, sea salt, and baking soda in the water, and then I do the cleaning of all my teeth. Go on all the edges of your teeth with the water pick. Then I brush my teeth with the Castile, and what I did was I cut it. Got the soap like this, and I cut it into thin slices, about that wide. I got that wide, maybe like that. Um, and I use those strips, they'll last you forever. That's the other thing. So I wet my toothbrush, rub it on the soap, and you might be thinking, oh my God, soap in your mouth? Well, let me tell you guys, when it's 100% olive oil Castile, you do not have a soapy taste. In fact, now that I've been doing this for a few months, the other day I decided to try a toothpaste just to see. And I don't know if it's because my mouth and my tongue and my taste buds are now used to not having all the chemicals and junk they put in toothpaste, even the natural ones. They have these artificial sweeteners, or these so-called healthy sweeteners in there. When I put that toothpaste in my mouth, oh my God, I gagged. It was like, oh, it was horrible. And you might be thinking, oh my God, baking soda tastes horrible, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? After the first few brushes, I began to like the way it felt, the way it cleaned. And when you brush your teeth with the soap, yeah, it suds up in your mouth just like soap does. And one of the other side effects that I was just shocked at, I had read about it and I thought, oh, that can't be true. I had read an article where they said that when you brush your tongue thoroughly, the top of your mouth, the roof of your mouth, gently go over your cheeks on the inside, gently go over, all your gums with the Castile soap. It said this will have a huge impact on that breath when you wake up in the morning. And I thought, oh, that's not possible. You know how it is when you wake up and you're like, ah. So I did do that. And the very first morning, the first time I brushed with it that night, the next morning when I woke up, I could not believe it. The dragon breath was gone. And I was like, how you smell, you can smell your own breath, and I was like, I can't, it was just very, very slight, almost like a child, a young, like a baby when a baby is first getting their teeth and they just started getting a little bit of that morning breath. That's more of what it was. And I was shocked. I thought, wow, that never happened with mouthwashes. So I continued the regimen, and I got to tell you something amazing. My gums, I was having a problem with my gums getting a little inflamed and even receding a little bit, especially around, like, I have some crowns and permanent bridges, and they were kind of receding a little, and I thought, oh my God. And so I started using this because I also read an article. There's actually a doctor out there who has his own tooth soap. They call it tooth soap. And the article was stating how people's teeth were actually regenerating and their gums were regenerating. And I remember reading that thinking, oh, that's a bit far-fetched, But I continued using it because I was happy. Number one, it makes your teeth feel like glass. And no, using the baking soda every day does not wear your enamel down. That is a lie. It is an outright lie. And so by doing this, my gums have become, it's amazing for me because I have had doctor or dentists tell me all kinds of things to do, you know, that never worked. And now my gums are very firm and pink and they're tight. They've actually tightened around my real teeth and the crowns. You know how uh, um, sometimes your gums can recede from your crowns, especially. And I had two teeth on this side in particular that were starting to recede around the crown, and I was getting worried. Well, now that I've been doing this, I am not lying to you. The gum is actually getting higher. It's getting higher over, you know, it's covering the tooth rather. It's starting to get to where it's going to be covering the area. And my teeth are so white. I can't believe how white they've gotten. And I'm not using any tooth whitener and all that other stuff that can damage your enamel and everything. The peroxide is also can be very dangerous for your gums. They have found a slight you know, they found that maybe using peroxide can cause cancerous cells in your mouth. So I don't do that. But my teeth have become naturally white by doing this, by using this. And I can't even tell you how thrilled I am that my gums I can't even tell you, my gums were kind of almost like a, kind of just a pale pink, you know. I thought I was doing the best thing for them, but they were always kind of inflamed too. Well, by getting rid of toothpaste completely and using 100% natural stuff, I can't tell you how well my gums have responded. My teeth have responded. Um, there are stories of people whose teeth are regenerating a little. You know, they're not growing new teeth, but the teeth are becoming stronger because by not having the coating over them that the toothpastes put on there, they're able to do what they're supposed to, you know. It's kind of like your skin. If you had it covered all the time with something kind of plastic or whatever, eventually your skin would start to rot away. Um, so now I'm finding my teeth are, I can't tell you how fantastic they feel. They are amazingly, they feel like glass. They feel wonderful. And what it's done in terms of my gums and their health is amazing. I am just amazed at this, guys. And it's a very simple routine. You just brush with the baking soda first. Like I said, wet it in your palm so it's not just straight powder. And yes, it does take a few times to get used to the flavor because you're used to the sweetness and all that other stuff from the toothpaste. But now I absolutely love the flavor because it feels clean. It feels like you're actually cleaning your mouth. And anybody who's had a lot of dental problems, that's something, God, you want to avoid. It is terrible to have a lot of dental problems. I wish I would have known about this years and years ago. Some of the articles I read about tooth soap, look up anything you want about tooth soap. And the results have been amazing. There are people who had, severe gum infections and all kinds of problems with their gums that everything else wasn't working. No treatments, no antibiotics, nothing was working. And they started using Castile soap. They started rinsing with sea salt and baking soda, and all their gum problems disappeared. And I believe that's because it is a natural thing that our body accepts and it responds to. I personally am a person who, you know, anything too, how can I put it, too chemically or too artificial, whatever, my body reacts, okay? And this stuff worked great, and I will not change what I'm doing. I've never been happier. And one of the greatest things of it all is when you wake up in the morning and you don't have that breath that you go, oh my God, I gotta go brush my teeth fast. It is fantastic. And like in the morning before I leave, you know, for my day, I brush in the morning. I just brush with the Castile soap alone. I don't use the baking soda in the morning. I only use the baking soda at night after, you know, your day of eating and whatever through the day, whatever you eat and drink. So I only use the baking soda at night, and then, like I said, here's my routine. The morning, I brush with the Castile alone, and then I do a mouthwash in the morning, right after I brush. I do a mouthwash with the baking soda and the sea salt, a quarter teaspoon each in a full cup of water. Gargle with it, rinse your mouth really well. I tell you what, your breath, or at least in my case, my breath stays fresh all day long. I can't, it just blows me away. My breath is as fresh as can be. The only time I've had a couple of incidences is like if I ate, something with garlic or something like that. But even then, I'd go and do a quick brush and rinse, really slosh it through your teeth, and the breath was fresh again. So guys, to me that's a great big plus, and plus the fact of keeping your gums healthy, because it doesn't matter how beautiful your teeth might look, if your gums aren't healthy, you're going to end up losing your teeth. So it's vital to keep your gum area very healthy. So I wanted to give that tip to you for you to try, for those of you that are looking for something more natural and something that really works. And I got to tell you, I love the feeling now when I get my toothbrush and get it all, you just rub it on the soap, make sure your toothbrush is wet, and rub it on there. It gets kind of like almost goopy, and then you start brushing your teeth. It suds up, and I got to tell you, it feels, for me now, it feels great to brush my whole mouth, the tongue, the top, the sides, the gums. It feels so clean afterwards. You gargle like 2 or 3 times, and then when you rinse your mouth out, you rinse your mouth, say 2 or 3 times at the most, after you brush. And now I love the feeling. It feels, it's almost like if you were to get in the shower and just wash or rather wash your body with just water, and it's like, that doesn't feel too clean. Well, now that I've started using the soap in my brushing routine, now my teeth they don't feel clean if I don't do it. My mouth doesn't feel clean if I don't do it. So I just wanted to give that tip to you, to all of you, because you got to try it. I mean, at first, yes. Those of you who haven't ever used baking soda, you might be like, oh my God, that's so salty. But after a while, you get used to it, and then after a while, you don't like the sweetness because the sweetness doesn't feel clean anymore. It doesn't give you a clean feeling. And when I'm done brushing with the baking soda, like I said, I give myself a mouthwash in the morning of the sea salt and baking soda, and it keeps your breath fresh. At night, I do the baking soda, then I do the water pick with the baking soda and salt in the water. Then I do the Castile soap last, and I could not be happier. So guys, there's a little tip I wanted to give to you. Look up the information, get online, look up information about tooth soap, about baking soda, about sea salt for dental care. I am very happy with it. That's all I got to tell you. I've been doing it 3 months. Like I said, I wanted to be sure of what it did before I got on to talk about it, to see if it really worked. And in my case, someone who, I've had so many dental problems, you have no idea what I have been through. I have been through hell and back with dental problems. And everything I was told to do just did not work. So now that I started this, my gums, I just wish I could tell you how healthy they look and feel. They're pink, I mean really pink, and firm. They're very firm and tight up against my teeth, which is what you want. Mine were actually, my gums were kind of loose, kind of like, and it was from the inflammation that I was constantly having from all these toothpastes, even the natural ones, all the stuff they put in them, because a lot of times they use certain herbs or certain sweeteners or certain whatever, oils, what have you. A lot of that can be very irritating to something like your mouth area, because it is a very sensitive area. Think about it. Your it's your like a mucus area. All that area, it's very tender skin. And so by getting rid of all that and using the natural products that doesn't have all these oils and herbs and sweeteners and flavors and what have you, amazing results have come for me on my gums. So that's one helpful tip for you. And then another one, which is totally off the subject, I had somebody ask me what to do about if there's anything you can do to help with jeans that are a little snug on the waist, after you wash them or dry them. Because even sometimes if you wash them and don't dry them, they kind of shrink up. I'm going to tell you something that works amazing, guys. You get your jeans. This is just an old pair that I kind of hang around the house in, But you get your jeans like this, okay? You get a spray bottle. This works so well that sometimes my jeans got too loose on the waist. But it works great. And all you do is you get the inside. See, you know where the band is right here? You lightly spray it like that. Just a light spray, okay? You go around your pants just like that. A light spray right there. Don't soak it, just a light spray. Do the other side. Light spray here and here. I go around the whole band. And you can even, if it's like really tight on your butt or the crotch area, you can just lightly, to where you don't really see it. You know, you just put a light mist on the jeans, okay, like this. And you'd kind of do it on the inside a little bit too. You know, just kind of spray the inside. Oh, sorry, kitty. I'm wetting my dog. I didn't even realize it. I'm sorry, baby. She's giving me the dirtiest look. Anyway, so you spray like that, kind of on the inside. So you've got your band, your jeans band right there, and the fabric around it, your, say, your butt and crotch area. And then you put them on, wear them, okay? Like for instance, in my case, I do that, and then I sit down to put my makeup on for the day. I have a vanity, so I sit down. So all the pressure from sitting down causes that fabric to stretch. And even just wearing it through the day, you don't necessarily have to sit down. That just kind of helps it go a little quicker. But when you dampen it like that, the fabric stretches with you. So I, like these jeans in particular, I wash and dry them. Okay, so the band part, the waist part, is usually pretty snug, pretty tight. And then I will do this, wet them, you know, spray them lightly. And by the time I'm through with my makeup, I literally have to stand up and kind of pull my pants up because it stretches, the fabric stretches with you. So that's a tip, guys, that works beautifully. I found it to work on any jeans that I wear. Because it does. The warmth of your body with the moisture on the fabric causes it to expand, and then it dries like that. So you know sometimes how you wear your jeans a couple days in a row or 2 times or whatever before you wash them. You can put them on the next day and they just fit great. So that's a little tip. And it doesn't have to be just the waist area and the butt area. Like let's say this whole area down to say here is kind of snug, you know, to the knee or whatever. It might be a little snug. Just kind of dampen the area. Do it on the inside, do it on the outside. You don't see it. You never know that I had just dampened this, but I can feel it. But you cannot see it. I can feel it. And so as you go about your day, they just stretch out. I'm telling you, it's a great little trick. It's worked great for me. And you know, sometimes you think, oh, my jeans are tight, I got to get rid of them. No, you don't have to. I mean, of course, obviously, if they're, you know, cinching you to where you can't even breathe, that's a different story. I'm just talking about the situation where you wash or dry them and they're a little snug and tight and a little uncomfortable around that waist. That works great. So guys, and it just has to be, it doesn't matter if it's cold or warm water. I just use straight from the my spray bottle, so it's obviously room temperature. I always have this on my vanity, so room temperature. But it won't matter because once it gets on you, your body warmth is going to cause it to warm up and it stretches the fabric. So guys, just a little couple of tips there, and hope all is going well with you, and hope these little tips help you. And as for the dental one, I've got to tell you, for any younger people that might be watching, you might think, oh, I don't have to worry about that. I've got great teeth, healthy, blah, blah, blah. I used to be the same way. And then as you get older and your teeth take more abuse, you don't realize, especially eating hard foods for all those, I need you to know that I just recently had a dental appointment. I used to eat whole almonds every day, right? Every day. I started eating them all the time. They're healthy. Well, I cracked a filling. So I had to go get the filling, you know, taken care of. And my dentist told me, you got to watch it with hard foods. They really do a lot of damage. Well, I started researching that as well. Well, hard foods, say almonds or maybe a hard candy, something like that, or something that's just hard that you have to really crunch down on, what it does over time is it puts like little pits in your teeth that you don't see. They're microscopic little pits all over your teeth. These hard foods do that. And then it weakens the tooth. And then one day you take a bite and crack. Well, the same thing happened to someone else I know. And I'm telling you, you got to be careful with your teeth. You think you're invincible when you're younger, and none of this stuff is going to hurt or happen to you. It's not going to matter. Those of you that are wise, you will start taking care of your teeth when you're very young, because there's nothing more. That's one of the most valuable things on your body is your teeth. Otherwise, you get into the whole dentures and partials, and that's hard. You know, it can create a lot of issues for you. So if you're young and you happen to see this, try the natural methods. Keep your teeth healthy, your gums healthy. Use a water pick. A water pick really makes a difference. I had no idea. The first time I used a water pick was over a year ago, and I could see the difference in a lot of ways. So, and it gets down in there. It gets down under your gum, you know, kind of under the gum line. But the toothpaste I was using was keeping my gums inflamed. Once I stopped that toothpaste, I have continued with the water pick, and I am so happy. So all of you, and you know, you want to try a new routine, try it, and you know, comment. Let me know how it works for you. I know you're all going to have your opinions about using it, but I know that I go by what by experience. I don't just, you know, read something and say, oh, okay, this works. I have to try it. And when I read that Julia Roberts' grandfather had one cavity in his whole life and all he ever used was baking soda, and that's all she uses, and she's known for her big, beautiful, you know, she's got big teeth, big smile. I thought, maybe there's something to it. And that's what led me to further research to find out all I could about something more natural than all the toothpaste. So all of you people out there, try it, and you young people, get to work on your teeth now, because one day you're going to be thinking, wow, I'm so glad I took care of my teeth, as you watch other people losing their teeth and going through all that they go through. So anyway, guys, have a good one. Talk to you later. Come up with some more tips later, whenever, I don't know, sometime this week, whenever I can get to it. So you all take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.